Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Got a couple new makeup products to try in with you guys today. I have a mini Ulta haul that came in along with a couple new products I just got sent from Persona, and we're gonna try them out together today. So this Ulta haul was kind of random. I have a couple brand new releases, some things that have been around for years that I just have never tried out yet. So good mix of everything. We got some brows, some highlight, a small eyeshadow palette that we're gonna be trying out, even a powder foundation, and a new mascara that had me very surprised and impressed. So hopefully that sounds like fun. Before we get into the makeup, special welcome to any of you that are new here. Happy to have you here. I hope that you enjoy this video today. I hope that you will consider subscribing before you leave. Also make sure notifications are turned on so that you know each time I upload a new video. And with all that said, let's get right into the makeup. All right, so we're gonna jump into it. I did just put my foundation on today. I used my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. Also added some concealer, and I used my NYX Serum Concealer. I am just adding a little bit of lip balm. It's just the Kapari Lip Glossy. Just to prep my lips, get them all ready to go. Although I don't think I have any new lip products here today. No, I do not. I do, however, have a powder. So I picked up the J-Cat Beauty Aquassurance Compact Foundation. I think I saw this in a favorites video from Kathleen Lights like 4 years ago. But since I've recently been loving my 4-in-1 from Pure Cosmetics, I thought I'd go back and give this one a try. Unfortunately, I decided to try out the shade Porcelain. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I had heard someone, maybe, again, this was years ago, I remember people talking about this, but I heard someone say that it either oxidizes or the lightest shade was much too dark for them, and so I figured maybe I'd try the lightest shade. I feel like this is gonna be a disaster. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try, even though I think the shade is going to be quite off. So I have a clean end of a sponge right here. I'm just gonna dab that into here. My sponge is not really damp on the back. I know that you can use this one damp, but I kind of want to keep it powdery. I'm just making sure I don't have any foundation settling into my lines up there. So we're gonna just tap this on. Have you guys tried this one out? I'd love to know some of your other recommendations for powder foundations. I know there are lots that other people have raved about. Specifically the Makeup Forever one is the one I think I've heard the most people talk about over the last year and a half or 2 years. That one's been out for a while. That is a little bit light, but I have a feeling in a couple more months this might shade match me a little bit better. That does give really good coverage though. Wow. Add a little bit more right here on top of these little spots right here. And we'll just do the same to this side. This side I have some hyperpigmentation up here by my eye. Let's see if we can cover that up. Now I feel like I have patches where my foundation is a little bit too light for me, but that's okay. Bronzer can take care of that. Let's jump over to this bronzer. I talked about it in my favorites, top 3 favorites video recently, the Flower Beauty Heat Wave Bronzer. This one's in Sunrise L1. This is such a good bronzer. Mine actually came slightly broken on the edge here. It's holding together, but I feel like it's getting a little bit more fragile as time passes, and I feel like one harsh bump and this whole thing's just gonna shatter on me. I considered taking it back or sending it back. I think I got it at Ulta, but it was such a minor defect at the time, I didn't do that. But if this one does shatter, I will go back and replace it. I just love the color of this bronzer. It's like a beautiful cooler tone bronzer that has a bit of like a pinky, I almost want to say like a plum kind of purpley undertone to it. That might be misleading though, because it's definitely a bronzer that's a little bit on the blushy side. So pretty. Okay, let's move on to highlighter. So I do have a highlighter today. I think I heard Jessica Braun rave about this one a while ago. This is from J-Cat Beauty as well. It's the Pearl Luminizer. I'm really excited to try this. I haven't swatched it yet because I opened it yesterday to try and sneak a little swatch of it. And there's this sticker on here, you guys, that says remove sticker, that you can't get it off. I could not get it off yesterday, and I figured I'd probably need some more powerful tools like a razor blade. Couldn't find the edge of the sticker. Okay, so I'm guessing the best way to do this might be just to, oh my goodness, that was a lot. Maybe not. Maybe the best way would be to like put the brush on top and give it a little shake. I don't know. I put some in the lid and that's a lot of product. Let me take my finger first and give this a little swatch. If I remember right, I remember her saying something like this is not like an overly shimmery highlight. Okay, yeah, I kind of see what she means. It is luminous, but it's very like refined. It's not glittery. Just has like a pearly luminosity to it, and it's very, very light. Hopefully it's not too light for me, but we're gonna give it a try. So I'm just gonna kind of build it up in my Luxie highlighter brush, tap some of the excess off, and let's just put that right on the top top of my cheekbones. Boom. That is beautiful. Okay, see what she means. It's very, very luminous, but like soft at the same time. Ooh, that's really stunning. Let me know if you guys have tried this, especially if you have a deeper skin tone. If you have more medium, like medium light to deep skin tones. I imagine this might be too light for you, but I don't know. Maybe it's sheer enough, although I feel like it's not sheer enough. I feel like it does have kind of a white base, so probably best for those with lighter skin tones. But let me know if you've tried it, what your experience was with it. I think it's lovely. Okay, we need to add a blush. I don't have a new blush today, so let's go back to this thing. This is the Undone Blush Stick, the water blush in the shade Mauve. I am digging this blush lately, you guys. I think this one is beautiful. I really want to try a shade that's not quite so pink though. Much as I love this pink, I love this formula and I want to have like an option in more of a peach tone and more of a pink tone. There's the little swatch of it. It's so pretty. Oh, the formula is just, I don't think I described it very well in the video where I tried this out. It feels like a stain, like a lip stain, but for your cheeks. Just very kind of watery, very gel-like, very pigmented, but it really does like blend in and sink into your skin. I do have to go in with my sponge afterwards though, because it is quite pigmented. I feel like that makes it look even more beautiful and natural. I love it. Let's move on to my brows next. So I did, as I mentioned in a recent video, pick up a brand new Precisely My Brow. It's the first time I purchased a brow pencil this expensive. Fortunately, I was able to get it for 50% off, so I picked up 2 of these. I've just really grown to love this brow pencil. I have a sample size of this in case you're new here, haven't heard me talk about that one. And I've been very impressed with the formula and color. I have the shade number 3, so there's the color right there. It's like a warmer ashy brown. It's perfect for me though. I love this shade and this formula. It's super nice. I did add a little bit of my e.l.f. wax, Shape and Stay wax stick into my brows before I applied my foundation. I'm just gonna draw this there and then do some upward strokes. Let's add some brow gel. Let's take my Etude House brow gel. This one, I think I will link for you guys. You can get it on Amazon. I think it's like 11 to 14 bucks on Amazon. If you get this from Stylevana or Yes Style though, you can get it usually for around 5 or 6. All right, let's move on to some shadow. So I have a new eyeshadow palette. I don't know why I ended up picking this up. It wasn't even on sale, but I saw it in the little recommended bar down below. That thing gets me every time. It kind of bothers me that I am tempted by that. So I went with this one from Pure Cosmetics. This is one of their On Point 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. This is the Wednesday one. They had, I think, 4 of these. I think it was like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I could be wrong. Maybe it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Anyways, I went with this one. I was back and forth between this one and the green toned one. This is kind of like the bronzy neutral one with a little bit of pink. I haven't tried out a Pure Cosmetics eyeshadow palette for quite a while. I got a couple of these in some BoxyCharm palettes back when I did BoxyCharm years and years ago, and I really like their eyeshadow formula. I love their powder makeup products because they smelled like chocolate. Unfortunately, I did already smell this as soon as I got this order, and I opened it up to see if it smelled like chocolate, and sadly, I don't smell any chocolate. So I'm kind of already slightly disappointed in that. I know some of you guys don't like the scented makeup. I, however, very much do, but that's okay. We're gonna give it a try anyway. So let's start off in this shade right here. It's the lightest matte, the shade On The Go. I'm just gonna run this kind of above my crease, just really loosely. I'm just taking that same shade On The Go on this Sydney Grace tiny C-shaped kind of smudge brush, just running that on the lower lash line. Okay, these shadows are really, really nice. Formula-wise, they're really nice. I wish they smelled better, or smelled, period. They used to smell like the Too Faced chocolate palette. Yeah, darn, they took the scent out. They probably got complaints from normal people that don't like fragrance in their makeup, which is probably the majority of people. I'm gonna take that same blender brush. Actually, no, let's go with this blender brush, but I can never remember the names of these Sydney Grace brushes. This one's just kind of like the smaller, flat blending brush. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit on the edge, same shade, and I'm gonna run that under that lower lash line, just so that's a little bit more smudgy. All right, let's add a little bit of this pink shade here in the corner. This is the shade We Wear Pink. Yes, we do. Let's take that same flat shader brush. I'm gonna take that shade and apply it like a little lower through my crease. Ooh, that's pretty. It's kind of cool tone. Let's take a little bit of this dark brown and add that just right near my lash line. It's the same brush. I'm just using that kind of smaller, flat blending brush. Okay, now let's go with the smudge brush. We're gonna take that same dark brown shade, just add a little bit more shape. Smudge it right along the lash line. Pull it up and then pull it down towards that lower lash line. Just giving myself like a nice little V shape right there. Okay, so far so good. So I haven't taken a peek at these shimmers yet. Let me just give them a little live swatch here really quickly. They look less metallic than I was thinking, more kind of like satiny shimmers. They're pretty. These kind of remind me, just based on kind of what I'm feeling so far. So there's the lightest kind of champagne shell pink shade. Not metallic, I would say. These are no Sydney Gray shimmers. They remind me a little bit more of like a Lorac shimmer or like Persona kind of shimmer. Just a little bit more smoothing. Not quite so like reflectively foiled, but really pretty sheen. Those are beautiful. Those two are similar to each other, but let's use this one up here. It does have a little bit more sparkle in it. This is the shade Coffee Date. I'm just gonna take that on my finger. This is a little bit on the like mid-tone, medium to, not deep, but it's a little more like medium, mid-tone, medium tone shade. Oh, Mandy. So I don't wanna run it in too far because I don't like darker shades on my inner lid. So we're gonna take it in about 2/3. And then we'll overlap with that champagne. Now let's take a little bit of this champagne right here. This is shade Polo Club. And on my pinky finger, we're just gonna run that from that inner corner towards that midline. Now with a clean finger, I just wipe my finger off. I'm just kind of tapping that along that edge to make sure those two shimmers blend together. That's gorgeous. Not bad. I do want to just give it a little bit more pop, so I'm going to take a little bit of water, I have a little spray bottle here. I'm going to wet my Rephr number 21 brush, just a flat brush, and I'm going to dip my damp brush into that same shade and just pop that right on that inner pocket right there. Now let's go with my Rephr number 3, that little pinpoint brush. I'm also gonna wet this brush, go back into that champagne, and we're gonna run this on this inner tear duct and the inner like half of my rim. It's kind of uncomfortable, like the first couple seconds you can feel the shadow kind of touching your eyeball. But power through, it's worth it. It goes away after a couple seconds, but I don't know. Probably a better idea to do this with an actual liner. Okay, that is so pretty. Super simple. I mean, I feel like there's nothing fancy about any of the shades inside here, but that is a gorgeous, simple, neutral look. Real happy with these. I just feel like it looks very polished, like everything blended together, nothing's muddy, really nice definition. A nice amount of shimmer that just looks a little bit softer, more elegant. So if you're not into like real reflective shadows, you might really like these. Let's add some liner. So first let's go into these Persona liners. I do want to open them all up and give them a little swatch for you guys. Big thank you to Persona for sending these over. So here are the 4 that they sent me. I have the shade Black, Brown, Bronze, and Plum. So let's have a quick swatch of these. First off, the shade Black. This is the one that I had before. They're very, very, very pigmented, very creamy. They do say they're 24-hour waterproof eyeliners. I know these are pretty popular. A lot of people really like these. I need to give them a better chance. I kind of feel like I don't use these liners as much. I think the biggest problem I have with liners like this is that they're harder to sharpen and to get them nice and sharp once you've like worn off the initial like factory sharpening that they have. So there's the shade Brown. I love that. That's a really subtle difference between the black and the brown, but I really like my brown liners to be that kind of blackened brown. And then there's the shade Bronze right here. If you like something a little lighter brown that has a little bit of shimmer in it. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Maybe we'll try that today. I feel like that would be pretty with this eye look. Ooh, okay, I have an idea. Well, let's watch the last one before I make plans. The shade Plum. This one I'm also kind of curious about. Okay, this one, ooh, that is so pretty. It's like a purpley brown. This one doesn't have shimmer in it. It's not quite as dark as like the brown, the black brown. Kind of feel like I want a waterline with the brown shade. And then I'm kind of on the fence. Do I want to do the Plum or the Bronze as like a liner? Let's try the Bronze. I feel like it's a little bit different than what I typically do. First, let's start off with the shade Brown. We're gonna add a little bit of this just to my upper waterline. And I'm just gonna go halfway across because I don't want this to transfer down onto that lighter inner rim. Okay, then real quick, I'm gonna take that just right at the corner of my lash line and give it the tiniest little baby wing. And then once that dries, we're gonna go on top of it with the bronze shade and do like a longer wing. All right, now let's go over to the shade Bronze. I'm gonna run this just right above my lash line. Oh, that's pretty. Up towards that outer corner. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to that brown shade. And I wanna just pull a tiny bit more from that outer corner up towards my brow, just for a tiny bit more of a wing. There we go. That's gorgeous. Love that. Let's move on to mascara. I do have a new mascara. This one was on sale for half price. It kind of just ended up in my cart. I don't know anything about the Ulta Beauty mascaras, but I did pick one up. This one is the Ulta Beauty Twisted Volume Mascara. This one had the best reviews of all their mascaras, and I got it for half price. So I think it was around like $5 or $6. I really did not need to pick up a mascara because I picked up another one that's kind of on its way now. Sometimes the decisions I make. Well, that's okay. We're gonna give it a try today. So it looks like there's like a little, I don't quite understand this. There's like a little twist thing up here. I should probably read, I was gonna say I should read the instructions, but it didn't come with any. Like this, it just came in this with a little plastic sheathing over it. So no instructions given. We're just gonna figure this out for ourselves. So there's this little like knob up here with numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Obviously, like 1 is tiny, 4 is big. I feel like that's kind of silly. I mean, who would want level 1? Don't we all want level 4 lashes? So we're going with number 4. I honestly don't know what that does. Actually, that's okay. Let's pull it out. What does this do? I'm curious what like this actually does to the brush, maybe? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is crazy. Let me zoom you guys in just a little bit. So level 1, it's kind of like, do you guys see these bristles? Hopefully this is in focus. I'm not sure where my focal plane is. Hang on, there's gonna be some noisy camera lens for a sec. Okay, so there's level 1. And then I'm gonna twist it, and it actually does like twist the actual bristles. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4. So you see how it like twisted the bristles? So kind of cool. I feel like it's kind of gimmicky. I'm not sure that really is gonna like make that big of a difference. That's gonna be a serious science experiment that's gonna take me some time to figure out the differences between the different levels, but we'll try it today at number 4. And I did curl my lashes before I put my foundation on today, so. Okay, there's the first side. Obviously I need to do a little bit of cleanup. I feel like the wand's a little bit long, which I don't know, it's not bad. I mean, it's just a little extra messy for me today, but I am often messy with my mascara, so not that unusual to have a little bit of cleanup to do. So that's the first side on level 4. Oh, I didn't put any more lashes. Okay, let's go over to the other side and do level 1 on that side and see if it makes a difference. I don't know. I kind of have a feeling it won't, but we'll try it. All right, guys, eyes are finished. There we have mascara. This is pretty good. So I went back in with a second coat on this side just at the level 1. I'll be honest, I don't really notice a difference between level 1 and level 4. So the twisty thing I think is a little bit gimmicky, but the actual mascara, as far as what it does for my lashes, let me zoom you guys in just a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see that, but they look very, very full. Looks like I have a lot of lashes. This kind of reminds me of what I feel like my Butter London mascara makes my lashes look like. Really volumizing, nice and lengthening, good separation, not too clumpy. So yeah, kind of surprised and impressed by this. Hopefully it wears well. We'll wear it till the end of the day. Maybe I'll go outside and do some yard work today and kind of like get some sweat going, give it a good test. I'll keep you guys posted though on how this wears, how it removes. But as far as what it looks like, I'm pretty happy with that. Very impressed, Ulta. Who knew? So I think that's it for new products. Let's just finish off with some lip liner. Why don't we just do a nude lip with Subculture right here? So just gonna spend a minute lining my lips. So I like to overline first, and then I'll kind of start to fill them in a little bit. good basic nude. Let's add a lipstick on top. I'm gonna go with this one. This is Jubilee, also from MAC. I don't even know if they make this one anymore, but it's basically, it's kind of more like a gloss. It's lightly pigmented, kind of like a beigey peach. That's it right there. Sorry guys, my hands are so stained. And that's gonna do it, guys. This is the finished makeup look. Lots of wins today. I feel like this was a good one. More wins than I was expecting. Some of this stuff I was a little bit hesitant to try. Wasn't sure if it was gonna work out for me. Let's just go through everything really quickly. Very excited about this luminizer powder. That highlight is really beautiful. It is quite light and quite fair. Like there is some pigment in this stuff, so just be aware of that. It's kind of like, it's really gonna give you like a bit of like a white cast to your skin, but it's really pretty. Excited to keep playing with that. I'm pretty impressed with even the Aquassurance powder. I feel like it is maybe a little bit light for me. Excited to keep using it. Did really good job covering up some of that hyperpigmentation. I don't feel like it's settling too badly into my lines yet. The eyeshadow palette, I love this eye look. Very simple, kind of like plain, but if you're into your neutrals, this is a beautiful color story. It's not too warm or too cool. Even that pink is like a really soft, barely pink kind of pink. Just a really flattering eye look. Very happy with it. Excited about these eyeliners. I really want to try this plum one out. I feel like this is going to be gorgeous as a liner. Even on the waterline, maybe the lower waterline, that could be really pretty. I'm going to leave these out to remind myself to keep playing with them so they don't get pushed to the side for several months and then end up drying out before I can use them up. But probably the thing I'm most surprised about so far is the mascara. This looks incredible on my lashes. I feel like it looks like almost like I have like corner lashes on. They're so full and long on this outer corner especially. It's very nice. Very good mascara. Not sure about the twisty thing. I feel like that's kind of like, I don't know. I used it on each side differently and I feel like my lashes look exactly the same on both sides. But again, I'm gonna wear this for the next couple days. I'll let you guys know down below how it wore. But that's gonna do it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this little Ulta try-on haul round 2. I'll probably have one more coming your way. Have one more small order that I'm gonna be placing that I should be getting here soon. So let me know if you guys have any thoughts on any of these products. I know some of these are older ones that have been around for a while. So if you guys have tried them, let me know how they work for you. Thank you guys again for stopping by today. I hope that you guys are all doing well. One last reminder, if you are not yet subscribed, please do that before you leave. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye. What you need?
I want to show you something.
You can show me. I can pause. What?
Do you know what song this is?
Is it oh, what's that band you guys like? Oh, is it Daphne Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, nice. Who sings that?
The band Camino.
The band Camino, that's it. You know the part where he's in the pit of despair, he's on the machine, and the guy comes down and he's like all mad. And the guy's like, not to 50! Just reminded me of that for some reason.